you on Monday. It depends on the result tomorrow. I don't think that both cannot win. I think so.
Very well done. Debut and a very good point against Liverpool.
Yeah, it was a very good performance by the side. We're very strong, hard to beat, as they've been all season really, and you know, I think we more than deserve the point.
I thought Matty did really well. You know, he hasn't played many games and his fitness levels are not what we'd want him to be. But he did what we expected him to do. He runs the ball down the pitch and he's a threat, and it creates spaces for other people, and we've needed that all season, Jonathan.
And you said you need 2 or 3 more players, so movement between now and the end of the month?
Well, we hope so. You know, we'll be trying our damnedest to get players. And I think the dressing room, you know, everybody's looking forward to 1 or 2 new faces coming in.
Do you still feel justified in making your remarks yesterday, the timing of the remarks?
I don't need to justify anything. I think that it was clear. Mr. Ferguson was talking too much about Liverpool, so I wanted to say or to look for some facts, no? That everybody knows, but maybe nobody wants to say.
How much extra pressure does that put on you or Liverpool or your players, if any?
I don't think that is extra pressure. When you are at the top of the table and you want to win, you have to approach every game thinking about to win. It doesn't matter if you have more or less pressure.
We'll come to that in due course. 5-0 now this season for Liverpool. Maradona was in the stand, not sure what he would have made of that game. It wasn't pretty at times.
Well, I know what he would have thought of that game. It wasn't great, to be honest, but I thought Stoke played very well, played their part, worked very hard, closed them down, direct as you'd expect, a lot of set pieces which Liverpool handled really well, created chances, but I think the least Stoke deserved was a point. But from Liverpool's point of view, they weren't at it today. They were sloppy from the start. Don't know what it was, but as I said, they just weren't at it. This is early on in the game, long ball from Riera, Carragher, poor touch, no one around him. This time the ball's into Riera, again, sloppy, loses possession. You'd expect them to go on then. I'm shouting here at the screen, go on then Sammy, pass it to someone or take it forward and create space. Does nothing really, loses it, mistake again. Probably this one is the worst of the lot from Reina, the goalkeeper, who very rarely makes mistakes. Poor kick into Kitson, goes round him, should score. But having said all that, last 5 minutes they could have and perhaps should have won the game. Gerrard hit the woodwork twice. First time there with a free kick. Long ball, wasn't pretty into Torres. And again, he does well to get in there. But they couldn't break Stoke down. And in the end, probably, a draw was a fair result. Liverpool didn't play well at all.
Diego went home talking about one thing.
I hope he doesn't think that's a Premier League all over because he chose a bad game.
You should see this guy's long throw. Absolute search.
What was that?
Now then, the Rafa rant, slightly Keegan-esque. Could it have that sort of adverse effect?
Well, I was surprised at the time, and I mean, he's well entitled to do that if he feels someone is saying something about his football club, which obviously he did. So he's well entitled to come out and say what he did. But for me, the timing was a surprising thing. I think if he was going to say it, then perhaps after a victory today or after a victory somewhere, then it wouldn't have put. I don't think it would have put as much pressure on his players.
Well, the mind games have been here since time began, and we've got a master in Alex Ferguson, and sometimes he.
Will he be chuckling to himself after that result?
Well, what happens is sometimes he provokes, sometimes he intimidates, sometimes he bullies, sometimes he's nice or kind or subtle. But the most important thing for him is to get a reaction. Now, I love what Benitez said and the way he said it. I thought it was really funny. But you've got to be honest and say it was a reaction. Now, the problem that he's got is that if they play well today and they win the match, but if you have a performance like that, the next game, and then there's more and more pressure on the players. And if you're going for a championship and the Champions League and the FA Cup, you don't want to be putting pressure on your players at this time of the season.
I suppose the next couple of games will be vital for them now.
Well, all eyes will be on them because of their poor performance today and because of what he said yesterday.
Interesting, United, if they win the next 3 games, all before Liverpool play a game, will go top of the table.
I know they're in a great position, despite all the fixtures being against them.
And there's a long way to go. And they've got everybody
a little game tomorrow.
Exactly.